Hi, you guys. I also want to add, why would the cops just call me, but by a private number, and asked me, has have I gotten back in the house? They said they were gonna come. Now they're either trying to arrest me, or I feel like and believe from what I feel and believe because of my situation of being an eyewitness against judges, DAs, city councils, and other sheriffs, and Lee Baca with his kickback criminal crew. I believe the officer, because he protected her for Section 8 fraud and methamphetamine use, I believe they told her, don't come back for a while, and at night you know, we'll come, deal with it and try to get me. I've been to jail several times. You can go to Shekinah Worship Center and talk to several people falsely arrested. One was for hanging curtains in a room I rented. They got a restraining order against me in fear of their lives because I hung curtains. There was a church lady at the court hearing that can state this is truth. Yes, I got a $250,000 bail and was looking at 20 years in prison for hanging curtains in a room I rented and the door was locked because they said I used a hammer and they were scared out of their lives. And the sheriffs were already there to arrest me. Those were the Grahams. The judge gave them a restraining order against me for hanging a curtain in a locked room because they were threatened by their life. But there's prior videos of these people committing crimes against me and the sheriff's doing nothing about them. They are also. And then there was Valerie Root and Robin. Valerie Root, there's videos that people at the church have seen. She's screaming at me, why won't you die? Won't you die? I've been poisoning you for the sheriffs. I'm going to get a lot of money. Why won't you? And she's cussing at me. There's plenty of videos. Look around. You should see them. There are eyewitnesses from my church that saw those videos. Several of them. She, and I wound up court ordered to Tarzana Treatment Center, and you can talk to the church about this. I was there for a little over a month. I was court ordered by a judge for a crime I didn't commit. And then he rearrested me for saying I violated a court order that I did not violate. This was recently. I got out of jail for allegedly violating a court order that I never violated. There were the sheriffs took the proof of the paperwork, but people from the church drove me to what the judge court ordered me to do, and were witnesses that I did it. He still threw me in jail for doing what I was supposed to do and saying I didn't. And my lawyer talked to one of the witnesses. I still went to jail for violating a court order I never did. And you can talk to the church about this. Some people. I was released. I had a release date. I was held 3 days after my release date because they had hurt me so bad they couldn't let people see the bruises. There's proof to that too. The sheriffs have allowed crime after crime to happen to me because they're involved, because I'm trying to testify against the other sheriffs that worked with Lee Baca. I was a receptionist, and I walked into Lee Baca and city officials' big ones out here, sheriffs, DAs, and judges, and a whole lot of other people, with Lee Baca handing them different sizes of yellow envelopes, and they were pulling out cash, and he was explaining to each one what he was paying them off for, what crimes. So I videotaped it 6 times. I walked into the meeting 7. The sheriffs have been false. I called the wrong sheriff to show him the videos to help people. And the sheriff went and told them I had the videos. I got videos of the sheriffs trying to plant heroin in my house. I mean, methamphetamines. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And they just keep arresting me. So, let's get this out. It's time that the others with Lee Baca and Lee Baca, he should get the gas chamber if I get to testify, and how many others. And the sheriffs feel I should be a better sacrifice than them getting caught. I was court ordered by this judge, the same one, that kept putting me in jail for a crime he knew I didn't commit, and violating court orders. And I forgot what I was going to say, Lord. And because I keep trying to testify, and the sheriffs, I can identify individuals and city officials here and city councilors. I mean, it's a big criminal ring with Lee Baca. And that's what I tried to do. And that's why they're always, anyways, in Tarzana Treatment Center, where this judge court ordered me, I wound out. I was there for almost a month, or a little over a month. Somehow I got arsenic poison in me, and it was so bad I wound up in the emergency in the hospital for a month or over, and they found arsenic poison in me. And how is that possible if I'm in Tarzana Treatment Center, court ordered? Yes. And then I tried to get the statements from the forensic people came and said, who's trying to kill you? And I said the Lancaster Sheriffs, because I can identify them with Lee Baca. And I filed a police report against the sheriffs. And then on November 26th, the sheriffs took my purse, all my identity, jewelry, money, everything. They said I needed a lawyer to get it back. And I filed a police report about that. Please. And I'm a little concerned because the sheriffs should have already been here. I shouldn't have been out here 2 minutes. My concern is they're trying to get me. I've been arrested a lot. You got to understand, falsely, held in jail, isolation, and beat and tortured by them in Linwood. And I have pictures of them hacking into my phone. There's the Hawks, who is a sheriff, who is running around. He's one of the hackers in my phone, him and his wife. Crystal Hawks, and her husband, who is a Lancaster sheriff. So please help. I'm trying to help you.